Hello, we're doing another video on how to maintain and shave with a straight razor. One of the things that you need is this is a finish stone right here. I'm going to put the camera down here just a little bit so you can see it better. This is a finish stone, and I will take out a razor here. This was my grandfather's razor, and I'm going to show you how to touch it up. A finish stone is probably, this one here is probably 20,000 grit, and this is a little stone that goes on top. I have already dipped these stones in that water and left them in there for quite a while. I have a flattening stone also that you use on this to make sure that the stone is flat. And I'll show you the flattening stone. This flattening stone is like this. You take this stone and rub it over the face of this until it doesn't have any more marks on it where you can see it. I've already done that, so we won't do this. You soak the stones in water before you do anything. Now we're getting a little bit of residue off of these stones on there. With these two stones, you rub them together. This is a very fine razor stone. It feels just like glass. It's so smooth. So we'll get this little bit of residue on here. Like that. What it has is just a little bit of the stone in solution. Set that over there. Now this is my grandfather's razor, straight razor here. I put a new set of handles or scales on them. These are bone, or not bone, but horn from a buffalo. And this razor is a genuine George Wostenholm and Son, and I'll show you the blade of that there. This razor is probably close to 120 or 30 years old. Now you have solution of water on here. You can put shaving cream on it also, but you take it and you rub it like this, the blade into that, into the solution that you have on here in the water residue. Make sure that you have all of the blade, the edge of the blade, on there. Back and forth. I don't know whether you can see the water in front of that. I'm soaking my face with shaving lather so the whiskers will soften up. You can do this probably 50 times like this. Make sure it's flat. Now the way you tell if a razor is really sharp is you take it like this. You don't pull down. You can shave yourself, just shave like that. But what you want to do is to make sure that this razor will cut the hair, what they call a hair fall. Now down here, there are hairs falling off of my arm, and you can feel it pull on the hairs, and you're not pressing against your skin. Like I said, you can get the hair off of that. But that's how you check if your razor is sharp. This stone is a very expensive stone. It's by La Roche, Imperial La Roche, that is. That is cutting the hair without ever even pressing down hard. The hair is falling. We'll put that up for now. Show you another razor here that I use a lot. This is a Dovo razor. It's a modern razor. There are many. This probably is one of the best razors to buy for a modern razor. Now we'll wash this stone off and put it over here to the side and dry it later. And here's the other little stone that you rub over that stone, get the little residue on there. Now, we'll go up here a little bit and we'll show you a little bit about shaving. Alright, I have a pewter shaving cup from 1976 when I got that. And you can, this pewter cup, you can set it in very hot water and it will transfer the heat. Most of these are made out of porcelain, but you can transfer this heat into here. And I've got soap in the bottom of the dish also. But I use this here. This is a little shaving cream. I like this a lot. Put it in there, and the water is pretty hot, probably 180 degrees or so. And I set my cup down in there, and it'll make very warm shaving cream. I've already been soaking my beard all the time. I've been showing you how to do that. And I'll also show you a little bit about stropping your razor. I'll put this on there. And in the meanwhile, it will be soaking some more. A razor strop is very necessary. You can see this. This is a strop I've had for more than 50 years. This is another one in Illinois, and that's another one still yet. Now when you do these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, I usually do this 40 or 50 times. That's what most people do when they're shaving. And this makes a fine edge. The 20,000 grit stone there is a pretty fine stone. But on this razor strop, on the back of that is a linen. And I have rubbed jeweler's rouge on that. And you do this about 10 or 20 times, and then you do it about 50 times on this side. And it polishes the cutting edge of that blade so sharp that you should not feel it pull it against your whiskers hardly at all. I did one of these and they really liked it. It was downloaded a lot. and people made all kinds of comments from all over the world. Some people said that they would like to do this, except they were afraid they would cut themselves. It takes a while to get used to this. Now here is a hot towel. In the old barber shops, I used to love to watch the barber shave the clients. Now, you can't hear me as well talking through the towel, but I'm warming up my face here, and I do it with cream, shaving cream, or soap on my face, because it makes it shave better. I'm taking a supplement now that is supposed to help me with prostate cancer. There are two fields or studies of doctors about prostate cancer too. This is a little extra, I guess. One of them is that estrogen causes prostate cancer and estrogen causes breast cancer, both estrogen. When a man gets older, his body then begins to produce estrogen and not as much testosterone. One field is to give you blockers like Lupron Depot that blocks the testosterone. And another group, believers, give you I'm taking an herb called myomin that blocks the estrogen. My PSA was 0.314 at one time. It should be 0.00 because I don't have a prostate. But it stayed that way ever since I was poisoned with arsenic and mercury. And it started to go up because they do promote what we call tumors. And so I'm taking the myomin, but it makes your whiskers grow. I'm American Indian, and my arms now have hair on them. I have hair on my chest that I never had before. But the PSA is going down, so that is good. Now I've already stropped this razor, and I'm going to begin to shave with it. And everybody has a different little technique, but I want to just show you what I do. And you set the razor, they say, at about a 30-degree angle, not straight like this or straight like this, because it won't. Either one of them scrapes your face and the other one shaves. Now when you take that off, you can see the whiskers coming off of there. You see the black and the white. Here, now we're going to cut a little more. The hardest place to shave with a straight razor is your mustache and your chin. That's the hardest thing. That's why a lot of people had goatees and mustaches in the old days when they shaved with straight razors. Many of the modern straight razors are very thick, wide blade. I like the thinner blade myself. This one is a little thicker than my grandfather's blade. You can see that in that little episode there we shaved quite a bit off. Now we're going to take my grandfather's razor and we're going to shave with a little with it, and I haven't even stropped it after I shaved with it. But that stone is very, very slick. As you can see there are whiskers coming off. With that, I like to shave like this on the other side over here on the left side of my face, so I'll flip it down like that. I know you can't see me shave on that side of my face as much. But there are the whiskers came off. I hadn't shaved for a couple of days, so you could see the whiskers come off. There. And I'm not bleeding any place yet. Okay? going to be talking while I'm doing this because I would cut myself. Like I said, it's the hardest place to shave is your mustache and your chin, but the whiskers are coming off. This old razor has such a fine cutting edge on it. I'll put some more soap on. You can see this. I used to love to see my grandfather shave with that razor. Kids would, for generations and generations, have watched their father shave. And so now my kids can watch me shave even after I'm gone.
What is this?
Put that in the freezer. I'm on camera right now, Marilyn.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, just put it.
What is that?
That's deer meat. Go put it in the freezer, okay? My neighbor brought some deer meat over for us for Christmas. And all the time, this cup is down here in this really hot water. Sometimes even in between, I'll strop my razor, and so they used to do that in the old barber shops. Now again, there's a lot of whiskers on there with that. And I'm using two razors actually, just to show you this. You can see the whiskers on there coming off. It takes a while to get used to this. I'm just using straight shaving cream on there right now, right out of the little can. Sometimes you make quite a few passes with these razors, like this. My old wrists don't turn like they did when I was younger. They're so crippled up. You can see a lot of whiskers on that. kind of black. A lot of my whiskers are white now. I know you can't see the other side very well. Again, there's the whiskers. Most of them are dark. Some of them are snow white. It's a very luxurious shave to shave like this. It takes time. My grandfather used to spend about 2 hours to shave when he shaved every few days. He'd shave. Not every day. He was a full-blood Cherokee Indian, so there wasn't too many whiskers. I didn't have too many whiskers before I started taking this supplement. My whiskers were real fine. Now they're like toothpicks. You can hear them, hear the razor cutting them from where I am. We've already shaved part of my chin before. This is the second pass. On both of them. Now, this takes a little expertise here. I don't know how much you can see on this other side, but I'm going to shave up now against the grain. And it does a pretty good job. It's smooth, very smooth, very smooth. It seems like you can get a better, closer shave with a good sharp straight razor than you can the others type of razor. I shake. But this shaving with a straight razor will make you quit shaking so much. I'll trade over to the Dovo razor now. Drop it just a little more. Now I stropped it 20 times. A lot of people strop their razor like this, and then they turn it over and go like that. But I've been doing this for over 60 years. And like I said, this side here has Jula Rouge on it. Go back to the other one. That's like they do it in the movies, they say. loved to watch the barbers shave when I was young. I never had a barber shave me at all. I always wanted one to shave me, but they would never do it. It's a lot of work. I went in half a dozen times at least and said, I'd like to get a haircut and a shave. And they said, we'll give you a haircut, but we're not going to shave you. We do that to old people. Now that I'm old, nobody wants to do it anyway. Not much to take off anymore. It's about all gone. People have different techniques about doing this. Some people shave one side of the face with the right hand, one side with the left hand. There's still some whiskers coming off, as you can see. Always use that. Again, the whiskers are still coming off a little bit. Just about got the job done. Make one last pass. And we'll call that good. The saying all feels good enough for the girls we go with. I'll trim up my side band, burns a little bit here. And again, more whiskers coming off. There's a lot of them down there. Sink will be full of them when I get through. I think we're just about got it done. Yep. Pretty smooth. Thank you for shaving along with us here this morning. It is a pleasure to do this. I really enjoy shaving with a straight razor. I shave with a Gillette razor also if I'm in a hurry, because it takes a long time to shave with a straight razor. Not only does it take a long time to shave with a straight razor, but it takes a lot of maintenance to keep those sharp. But it is really a fun thing to me that I can sharpen an instrument so sharp that I can shave with it. When I was a young boy, I shaved with a regular razor. I mean a regular pocket knife. My whiskers were fine, and I would just go to school and I'd just sit there and just shave with a razor, with my pocket knife, because I kept it sharp as a razor. And I can actually do that with some of the pocket knives that I have right now. I shaved with one of my pocket knives the other day. It scraped me a little bit because it's not flat. This has got kind of a smiley face type shape to it slightly. The whiskers are getting softer. Remember, at about a 30-degree angle. If an old shaky man can do this, I think a younger guy could do it easy. That's about the end of the story. Not much whiskers coming off anymore. Different parts of your shave or your razor sometimes are sharper than others. By the way, this one's made out of ebony wood. The other one's made out of buffalo horn. That's pretty good. We'll give her up for that for right now. Thank you for shaving along with us this morning. Be sure also, if you get one of these razors, these are not stainless steel. I do have one stainless steel razor. But if you get one of these, dry it off very well when you get through, or else it'll rust a little bit. So thank you for coming along with us and in this morning shave with a straight razor. And this is the way they did it in the old days, okay? I showed you how to sharpen them and everything. I have one razor that I had to cut off a little bit because it had a big chip on it. It was one of my grandfather's razors also. So I ground it off and then I shaped it up a little bit. Of course, I had to use a really much coarser 220 or something to do that, 400, and then 4,000 and 8,000, 10,000, and then the 20,000 that we have here to smooth it back out. A real rough stone, you can shave with a knife sharpened on a rough stone, but it will give you razor burn. What you want is to sharpen your knife, your blade, so sharp that it does not do that. Thank you so much for being with us. Enjoyed it, I hope. God bless you. Again, I'll show you one other thing before we leave. Mike in Washington State asked me what kind of shaving soap I use in the mug, and it's Williams Mug Shaving Soap since 1840. And I don't believe you can buy it at every drugstore. We have it at Dwayne's Friendly Pharmacy in Bishop, California. You can even buy a shaving mug and all of that. My shaving mug was a Centennial shaving mug that came out in 1976. I had this ever since. And inside I have some of that Williams soap. And then I also used the Gillette Foamy Original. I love the smell of this. And so I use that. And it's a nice cup because you put it in hot water and the foaming lather will be real hot too, 200 degrees or whatever you want. So I thought I'd just tell you that. There's a little shaving brush. They've got little hangers where you can use to hang them in there. I just set it down like that and let it dry. Thank you so much for shaving along with us today. And that's about all I got. Also, oh, there's one other thing, if I could find it. As you can see, I didn't cut myself. My face is not cut any place, and I'm a shaky old man. But also, there is a septic pencil that if you do cut yourself, you get this in a drugstore or something, you can put it on that place where you nicked yourself and it will stop it. I had to use this a lot years ago. I cut myself more with an electric razor and a Gillette razor than I do with a straight razor. For some reason, I guess I'm just more careful. I have nicked myself one time with a straight razor in the last year, and it wasn't even enough to use this, but I have bled several times, and I used to use this a lot when they had the old single-bladed razors. I cut myself a lot with that. But kids love to watch their father shave for hundreds of years. Until modern times, now they use a electric razor going down the road or whatever. But still, I thought maybe you might want to watch this old man shave.